Hello, welcome to another great video from 10x Investor Education. Lucid Air and how it can compete with Tesla, Porsche, Ferrari, and how it can grow into home energy market. So that's what I want to get into today. Let's get into the video details. Before getting to the video details, I'm not your consultant, I'm not financial advisor. So this is just my opinion, what I think about this company and why I'm interested into this company investing. So please click the like button and subscribe if you are at the first time, and let's get into the details. The rumor is that Michael Klein from Churchill Capital in talks for merger. So there is a board member from Churchill Capital who is also board member of Lucid Motors. So there is no letter of intent or DA signed yet, but the share price already went up by 80% in last 3 days. So if it talks fail by any chance, there is big drop in the share price, but a lot of people think this is going to happen. So to give some introduction, I will leave in a video at the end of my video to give you overview, but I want to cover highlights first. So Lucid, known as Atieva, is a battery manufacturer, powertrains. They specialized in mainly batteries and powertrains few years back, and their supplier, one supplier for Formula E, and this was actually found in 2007. So in 2018, Saudi Arabia invested close to $1.3 billion, and then almost they won half of the Lucid Air. They have a good tech in motor drive, powertrain, battery packs, and then but they rely on Intel's Mobileye for autonomous function. So this is much different than Fisker. A lot of things people compare it to Fisker. No, but I think their technology is much advanced because of this company Atieva. So Atieva became Lucid Air. That's where they are using their all this technology into the Lucid Air car. So their car, there are different trims in Lucid Air. Each trim, depending on what it is, it can go from anywhere between 406 miles to 517 miles with one charge, and they can charge in 20 minutes up to 300 miles. So in my view, this is a big competitor for Tesla Model Plaid. Okay, not even Tesla Model S, but Model Plaid, which will be coming in probably next year or so, and then it's costing around 140,000. Similarly, Porsche, Ferrari, those cars cost between $200,000 to $300,000 in the specs, and though even those cars, some of those cars don't have as good specs as Lucid Air. So another most important thing I want to tell you is Lucid Air, one of the first cars built to support bidirectional charging. So we will go through what is bidirectional charging in a minute, but it allows owners to draw energy from their homes from the car battery pack. So technically you can get a free charge from Electrify America for 3 years, and you can power that charge car to power your home, and can get into home energy systems similar to Tesla Powerwall. So what you need to understand is they have technology to get into home energy market. That itself is a huge for me, because very few limited companies such as Tesla can do that, but not of EV companies cannot do bidirectional directly. So that is where I am aiming. So let us see how things turn out. Okay, so as I said, there is no letter of intent or DA, so the share price already went up. But this is not about short-term share price. This is about understanding the power of the company, the potential of the company coming next couple of years, how it can grow into both luxury market and then home energy market, and how it can grow from probably $10-15 company to $50 billion company. So let's get into some of the articles that is leading to this information. So there is an article in Reuters, EV firm Lucid Motors in talks to go public via SPAC deal, Bloomberg News. Okay, so this is what, and they are talking about $15 billion company. So if 2018 Saudi invested like $1 billion, and if the company worth $15 billion, then they made already a lot of money. Okay, so let's get into Wikipedia. What is Lucid? So Lucid was founded in 2017. As I said, the company name is Atieva and originally focused on building electrical batteries and powertrains. So 500 employees of Lucid 2016 had previously worked in other companies such as Tesla, Mazda, and he is the main guy. He's the correct head CTO of Lucid. He came from VP of engineering of Tesla, and he is the designer for Model S, and then he also worked in multiple companies before. And the company has investments from a lot of companies, as you can see here. The company rebranded to Lucid Motors from Atieva in 2016, officially announced into developing electric high performance luxury vehicle. So and they also started their manufacturing plant. So what they are doing is right now they have a big manufacturing plant, and they invested a lot of money, and they're going to produce luxury cars for luxury version first from there, which cost around $170,000, and then they are going to go to non-luxury cars to compete in the mass market. So as I said already, about $1 billion investment from Saudi Arabia. So let's get into another thing is Project Gravity. So Gravity is the next their SUV coming in 2023 as per their plan, and then we'll see how it goes. So batteries. So Lucid Air will debut 900 volts plus electrical architecture custom lithium ion battery cells. Lucid Air car uses 2170 standard for its lithium battery cells. Supply agreements have been signed with Samsung and LG Clam. So basically they make battery packs, but they do not make the battery cells that goes into the battery packs. That's what you need to understand. So those battery packs coming from either Samsung or LG Chem. So one most important thing, as I said, was so Electrify America, they are giving 3 years of free charging, and Lucid Air will be able to add 300 miles as fast as 20 minutes. That's the most important thing. So let's get into details of each of these items. So this is what Project Gravity, they are talking about their SUV coming in 2023. And then the most important or thing that is most valuable thing for me is Lucid Air EV gets free charging and again power home. Okay. So this is what I am talking about. A bidirectional system uses Lucid Air V2X system supporting features vehicle to grid and vehicle to vehicle applications. So technically you can power a vehicle or on grid, you can send the extra power to grid. So this is hot these days, and a lot of people are looking into these features. The reason because the power is expensive during peak hours in the morning, afternoon, whereas power is cheaper in the night. So technically you can power in the night and sell back that power to grid in the morning during peak time. So that is how we can reduce global pollution and using these batteries as the power grid, and the grid companies can take advantage of that as well. So this is what bidirectional charging is next big thing for EV owners. So this every EV owner, if they have a bidirectional thing, that's a huge thing, and they see that as a money making machine in future, and Lucid Air comes with that feature, and we will see how it goes. So okay, as I said, Saudi Arabia owns more than half, and they made $101.3 billion. This is around June. This happened around September 2018, same time as Tesla was struggling. At the same time, actually Saudi chose to pump money into Lucid. Okay, so this is Lucid Motors. There's $700 million factory in Arizona, Casa Grande, Arizona. And so it's not like a Nikola. Certainly they have a company, they have a factory, and they are making the cars in it, and then a lot of engineers working on it. So that's good news. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to say. Lucid Motors looks to challenge Tesla in residential market. So it's not just luxury cars, but this is where they can grow in next couple of 5 to 10 years. And that is where I'm interested, because you have bidirectional grid, power to grid. That is where the owners can make money. Okay. So another thing I want to tell you is, so this is not a Model 3, Tesla Model 3 car, okay? So this is more like a luxury Model Model S Plaid. So, and also they are competing with Porsche. So if you look at it, Porsche has 20,000 sales in, just Porsche company alone, it has 20,000 sales. And their cars is not cheap. I mean, it is like a $165,000 car, and it doesn't even have as good specs as Lucid. So yeah, Porsche has a good brand, but the problem is the specs are really good compared to the model Taycan to Lucid Air. So okay, so this is another thing that shows Formula E. Their main supplier, Atieva, which is the Lucid itself, supplier for battery pack. So Formula E cars, they go a lot of distance. So 200-300 miles range is not good. So when you say 500 miles, that not only that, the battery packs are heavily tested, beaten down with the amount of braking happens and the amount of speed these cars go for such a long time. So that is where Formula E chose Lucid for the batteries packs. Okay, so this is how Lucid Air actually tune and has a beating battery, and they are releasing even before Tesla S Plaid, and that is really what people are interested in. Yeah. So again, the car ranges from 70,000 to 160,000. The first car they are releasing is the highest expensive car with $170,000. So interior comfort, this is how it looks. Safety, driver assistant features, warranty and maintenance. Okay, so let's look into what their different trims are. So Air, which will be available in 2022 at $77,000 and 406 miles. So whereas in first available car is 2021 quarter 2 is Air Dream Edition, which is $170,000, 503 miles range. So like Tesla and like a lot of luxury car companies, they first try to make limited supply, sell it for high margins, and then they'll focus on mass market, and that's what I think is going to happen. So one more article I want to show you is, so Lucid Motors creates the world's most advanced battery electric car, a conversation with CEO Peter Olsen. So this is, I heard a lot of videos from him, and he looks like a big shot who is a European engineer and worked in Lotus and Jaguar companies before, and came to Tesla owning the Tesla model design, and then taking over Atieva, renaming it as a Lucid Air. So I think I have a good opinion about this guy, and I strongly believe that they can capture the market in both home energy systems and luxury car market. And if the merger happens, for long term, I'm going to hold this stock. I'm going to sell for profit and leave it, like a lot of specs. So because I have invested in NIO at $3 and Tesla at very low prices, and this is something I have a big hopes this will grow into a big company, and I want to hold on to it for now. So I will look at this short video clip, and hopefully you like it, and let me know what you think and what is your opinion about Lucid, how it can grow, and how it can compete with other luxury cars like Porsche, and then BMW and Ferrari. So this is where he's comparing Porsche Taycan and their specs and their amount of horsepower, and then how it can compare, how it can compete with these cars with the specs that Lucid has. So hopefully you like the idea. Please click the like button, and see you on my next video. Thank you.
Tour de force. There's nothing even close to it. Lucid Motors is a California-based electric vehicle startup, and in September it revealed the Air, its vision for an electric luxury sedan. The company's first vehicle touts some impressive specs, such as an estimated 517 miles of range, a quarter-mile time of 9.9 seconds, and DC fast charging up to 20 miles per minute.
What Lucid has really been touting with all this is a holistic view of it being better than the Model S. And overall, I believe Olsen said that it's 17% more efficient.
But the company has a lot of challenges ahead. Automotive companies are notoriously hard to start, and EV startups have typically been failing endeavors.
Starting an EV project and bringing that to fruition is a real enormous task.
The auto industry is a tough business to get into, very capital intensive. For a high volume model program to develop a vehicle and tool up a factory and bring it to production, I mean, that's usually $1 billion to $1.5 billion effort.
It's funding, frankly. That's the biggest one, and why you've had problems at Faraday, why you had problems at Fisker. They ran out of funds through the development cycle of the vehicle, even in the case of Fisker post-launch.
A good amount of the talent at Lucid also worked at Tesla, which may give them a leg up. The CEO, Peter Rawlinson, was a VP of Vehicle Engineering and Chief Engineer of the Model S.
The styling design, which was done by Franz von Holzhausen. I took Franz's design, the style of the car, and I was responsible for leading the design engineering of the vehicle.
Prior to Tesla, he spent several years with Jaguar and was Chief Engineer of Advanced Engineering at Lotus. All of that experience led him to a lofty goal: to become the next big EV player in the industry.
This is about far more than just Lucid Air. We're creating a brand, the Lucid brand. And we have to compete with other brands which are very prestigious and have existed for, in many instances, over 100 years.
We have Tesla as the prime example of a startup that was successful. We've also seen a lot of failures.
You're talking about 10 to 15 companies that have or are attempting to launch with a vehicle and an EV company. Some have already failed.
Even if it manages to bring the Air to market, competition in the space is heating up. Last year, 143 new EVs launched around the globe. And by 2023, IHS predicts over 43 brands will offer an electric vehicle.
I think when you put specs up like that and you put features and content and styling like they've done with the Air, I think it's going to be a highly competitive vehicle.